United contingent in here with me today. Neeks and KJ, how you both feeling about United's performance?
Oh, KJ.
I'm annoyed, man. I'm annoyed. And it's not because we didn't play well. We played well. We played very good. It's not because I'm not happy with the team. I'm happy with the team. I'm happy with Ten Hag. I'm happy with what we're doing. But with Brandon and Jess were talking about pressure moments, and United folded twice in a row. And that's what's annoyed me. 2 games in a row, late on, to go away with some points, and we have folded twice. And that frustrates me because I believe in this team. If I didn't believe in this team, I'm sitting here like, yo, it's what it is. Carabao Cup semi-final coming up. You know what I mean? That's the real game we have to focus on. Vibe FC, whatever. But because I believe in this team and I believe in the manager and I'm happy with it, I want us to be the best. I want us to go out there and pass these flipping moments to show that we can be there. I'm not sitting here saying that, because we didn't get the job done, that's it, we're over. It's not over. We can still build on from this. We can still go win the Carabao Cup. We still can go do something in the league. But when we have 2 opportunities to put ourselves within the so-called Terrace or to show people that we are a serious team to consider, I believe we barred it both times. And that's frustrating. And that's just frustrating to me. To me, that's frustrating. And Terry likes to talk about things like end product and standard and stuff. You've got players out there who we've bought and he's not delivering the end products. He's got all the nice spins and the nice stuff and the nice touches, like you said he had in the game, but he's not delivering. But if that was Jack Grealish, you're calling him Chadwick. Now there's Anthony and he's new to the league. You want to be like, but he was nice.
But that's the whole point. Hang on. No. But if once Anthony's been in the Premier League as long as Jack Grealish, we'll have that conversation. This isn't Jack Grealish's first season as a 21, 22-year-old in the Prem.
I know it's not. But
so how can you compare the two?
I'm saying it because we are seeing something with Anthony that you normally have a go at players at. You normally say players nice, doing the nice eye test, doing all of this, but not having the end product is something that. But when
have I said that about young players in their first season in the Prem or their breakthrough season? Let's take Saka as an example. He weren't imported. First couple of years, I could see his talent, and we're saying all he needs to add to it is that end product. But the talent is still there, the ability is still there. You give them time. Come on.
No, I'm happily giving Anthony time.
But you're not. You're fuming.
No.
You're fuming.
No, How
are you giving him time when you're fuming?
Listen, let me finish my point, and then you might able to hear why I'm going to give him time. I'm going to give him time. But in the moments that we need him to step up, he hasn't stepped up this season. And why, as a fan, can I not be frustrated?
But again,
why can't I be frustrated? Even though I'm giving him time, even though I believe in him, even though that after this moment, I'll come away from this and be like, you know what? Anthony, he will come good. But in those moments, he's the guy that Ten Hag trusted. He fought for him in the summer, for the entire summer. He fought for Anthony to come here. I expect some return in these big moments. I do.
So you don't consider his goal against Arsenal in his debut, the goal that he scored against Everton?
Those are nice, but that was 6 months ago. Months ago.
Okay, I understand. I understand you want him, but I feel like your level of frustration is so over the top. Most Arsenal fans are commenting, Man United look good, there's progression. You guys should be proud.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, I'm listening. I understand what you're saying, but it makes no sense.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying because I enjoy the team, because I like the team. I'm not, when I want us to be the best, I'm not a person who's like, yeah, that was nice and that was nice. I do that when we're crap because it makes me feel better. But when we are flipping somewhere and I believe in it, I'm like, yo, let's actually show the world what we're about. And today, in that dying 15 minutes, when we needed some kind of control, we couldn't get it. And that's where my frustration comes.
I understand that. Neeks, what are you saying, mate? What are you saying about... I've addressed what KJ is saying here, like about the team, because I'm a little bit confused by it.
I mean, I'm gonna... The comments I'm going to make, whether it relates to KJ or not, I'm not 100% sure. And it may well do. I think even watching the game the last 20 minutes or so, some of it probably does relate. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed that we lost the game. I'm disappointed in the way that we lost the game. I don't want Man United to drop points in any game, ever. But I was worried coming into this game. I thought, listen, the way that Arsenal's playing, the way that, we're playing good, but we're not on Arsenal's level. when for me, we were never in a title race. I never subscribed to that. It would have been nice to believe it, but I never truly believed it. And I don't know if a lot of Man United fans who said we were in a title race, if they really believed it, or they were saying it because they hoped that we were in one. So my expectations of this team throughout the season, even going into this game, were probably lower than a lot of people's, including KJ. I was worried going into this game. Arsenal, for me, were good enough to maybe blow us out in the first 20 minutes because they've got that about them. But when I saw that first half especially, I said, damn, this team they've come somewhere. Yeah. But we saw how far we came after the 6-3 in Man City, and we saw how we played, especially in the first half in the derby. Even though we beat Arsenal in the first game, Arsenal were the dominant side from the beginning to the end. Not not completely battered us, but the dominant side in the first game. In the first half, it was an even game. Arsenal had probably more territory, but to go to the Emirates and have 50% possession in the first half, I was impressed. And at that point, I said, you know what? Arsenal are the better side. And we've seen in the second half, both against Man City and against Palace, we've faded for different reasons, whether it's quality, the other team steps up, whether it's the lack of substitutions or the options off the bench, should I say, and the general quality of the squad where we're at 6 months into Ten Hag. I was thinking Arsenal going to come into it in the second half more. To go in at 1-1 was kind of advantage Arsenal for me, because the second half I expected Arsenal at home as the league leaders to be better. We hung on. Obviously, we got to go back after 2-1, which I thought was impressive, because at 2-1, you're thinking Arsenal could make it 3 potentially. To come back to 2-2, and in the end, we hung on for maybe the last 15, 20 minutes. And I'm looking at the game like a goal can come at any point, because there's only so long you can hang on for. And you're kind of just watching the clock. And Arsenal got the goal that in the end, their pressure deserved, even though they wasn't creating chance after chance. When I look at the entirety of it, I say, I'm disappointed we lost. I can never be happy. But how can I be mad? Who do I point the finger at? I see people online already. It's Ten Hag's fault, his substitutions. Who was he supposed to bring on? Maino. Who's it? Pelestri, Elanga, Maguire. Who do you want him to bring on? We played Weghorst for the whole 90 minutes because there is no other options. We're going into this transfer window where Chelsea's spending 200 million. Arsenal's tried to spend 100 million, ended up with someone a bit cheaper, and obviously they're gonna got a centre back, and we're loaning a striker from Burnley. I'm looking at it like we are in this situation, and Ten Hag is outdoing himself after the way we started the season, to go toe-to-toe with Man City and Arsenal for 90 minutes in a week of each other with a game in between. I can't be mad. I can't be mad.
I don't. But the thing is, I don't expect any of you guys to be mad. I'm not saying why are you mad.
No, I know you're saying, but I just don't understand. I don't understand how you can be mad. I'm thinking like,
I said it.
What we mad at?
No, I said it.
Did you expect us to get anything from this game? No. I expected us to lose.
I said we was going to lose before the game anyway, but it's not that. I said it last game. I hate it when we are so close to achieving something, even small. No.
We were close based on the minutes played in the game. But we weren't close because the last 15, 20 minutes, Arsenal could have scored at any point because we were just dropping deeper. And it just happened to be that the clock hadn't run out and they scored at the point they did. They could have scored 10 minutes before that.
But they're live with my frustration. Like, we shouldn't, in my opinion, if you're in a position, even if you're not the greatest team in the world or not, but if you're in a position to get something out of a game where you can get something out where you're not supposed to, you step up, you rise up.
Yeah, but the problem is the KJ. I'm gonna go to the Gooners in a minute, but I think you've got to understand so many of the players left on the pitch are not going to be here in 18 months. Would you agree? A number of them. So they don't have the ability. McTominay.
Why can't they though?
Because KJ, I'll answer it for you. KJ, I'll answer it for you. Those players aren't good enough. And what did Ten Hag say about our shirt the other day? The Man United shirt weighs heavier than Brentford's shirt. The Man United shirt weighs heavier than Brighton's shirt. It isn't the same kettle of fish. That pressure in that environment. Arsenal fans wanted to win this game more than they wanted to beat Tottenham. The Man United-Arsenal rivalry is bigger than the North London derby. There is far more hatred there because both teams are successful. I get your frustration is we're not where Arsenal are now. And I understand having that. But there's also that realization. You're almost doing a Lee Gunner here. You're almost doing a Lee Gunner where what you've got to do is go, right, look at the step changes to getting back to where we want to be.
I can do it. It's not like I can't do it.
Why are you doing it then?
Because in this, because I want I just wanted that point.
You're greedy.
I want
you know what you're doing? KJ, I know it is. What you're doing, KJ, is this. You're going to the gym once, doing chest workout and some sit-ups, going home and going, shit, I don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and quitting. You've got to wait.
But I'm not quitting. Whoever said I'm not saying
because you're throwing the toys out the pram like a baby.
There's that one toy left in your pram.
Listen,
I'm going to go to the good. I'm going to go to the good. We'll come back to you in a minute.
I think both of us have something to say. Yeah. You want to go?
I just kind of wanted to jump in on what KJ was saying about Anthony in particular. I do think you as a fan base need to demand more from him, because let's be real, right? He's your most expensive summer signing, and today, although we're a better side, it's not like he was playing against our best defensive fullback. Zinchenko's not really a defender; he's more of a midfielder. He's more of a playmaker. So, if I was a Manchester United fan, I'd be expecting more than what Anthony offered on that pitch today. I don't think he offered anything.
I disagree that he didn't offer anything
at all.
But Brandon, are we expecting it based on what? Are we expecting it based on the fact that he will sign for how much and he's against Zinchenko? Or for me, I'm going to that game like, I have seen how Anthony has performed this season. He's had these moments where he scored goals, etc. But he has been inconsistent. Yeah, so I go into this game, I can't then say, this is the game where you're going to show me what you haven't showed me for 6 months. But Neeks, I know it's going to be a process as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but Neeks, at the same time, Anthony, I understand what you're saying about the goals and that. He's showing no more than what Nicola Pepe did.
He isn't though, right? Showing more than Nicola Pepe. But if Arsenal Football Club would have got rid of Thomas Partey after the first 6 months to a year, and Odegaard after his first 6 months to a year, they wouldn't be ripping up things for you now that they are in the Prem. I understand demanding more, but there's demanding more, and then what some United fans are doing is going, right, he's a flop. He's the new person to hate and target at the club. We don't need to be doing that. The amount of footballers that stand on camera and they're like, when you do that, it makes it worse for us. It doesn't really help us. And I understand we want more from him. When we're sitting in 8th and we can't pass the ball and we're not winning games and we're not progressing, I get there being more anger, but we are getting better almost week in, week out. Yes, demand more, but the level of anger towards it, for me, is over the top.
Can I hop in here really quick? I think the Anthony thing is going to take time. Like, he doesn't have the same type of players and same type of patterns and triangles around him that he did at Ajax. And of course, like, Manchester United is definitely a step up from that, but that system was done. And it allowed Anthony to do what he does best. He's looking up and he's not seeing the same picture. And so I think he's struggling. Now, I'm not saying 100% he's going to make it. I'm just saying that there's no way you can know after 5 months whether or not Anthony is good enough. You can't expect more from him. I can't believe he doesn't take his man on more than he does. But it just is what it is. But I'm not going to do you guys like how Man United fans did us when we played you guys at OT. I think you can take nothing but positives from this match.
Thanks, Jess.
I'm not going to do y'all like that, because when we sat there on socials and was like, oh, well, we're not really upset about the game. We're disappointed that we lost, but we saw the improvement and we thought we were a good team and we had this and that, and look at how we played and how we dominated the match. It was met with such vitriol and how could you be good? You lost 3-1. How could you do it? You can take positives within a loss. You guys have gotten so much better, and it is annoying. It's annoying.
In short space of time.
Yeah, short space of time, like faster than like what our project was. It's so much faster.
Yeah, and this is why I say, I believe in Erik ten Hag, because you look at what he has taken and what we are just now in 6 months. This is why I'm like, I believe in it so much, and because I believe in it so much, that's why I'm like, I want us to break every door that comes in front of us. I want to break them.
You want to break it at the first time of asking. And I've kind of understood that if we do it, that's over. I'm not expecting to break down those barriers first time of asking.
But that's my disposition as a person. I do that within my own personal life. I know, like, I can't do it every time.
Yeah.
But I still frustrated that I couldn't do that time. But what I do the day after is get back up, brush myself off. I'm saying in this moment,
I understand being